in heaven. You mean there'll be no sex in heaven? Have you lived your whole life and believe that God don't have anything better than sex? I'm talking about God. God invented that. That little climatic experience that we built our whole life for. God made that. That right there makes me want to hang out with God. I mean, anybody that wild right there, I love him. Oh, I love him, man. I'm not getting away from him. I'm not going to miss whatever's going to go on in eternity that's better than that. See, if you get tripped up trying to find those things and miss the new wine, you miss that thing that God has that's better than all of that. You got to see. You got fleeced. You got fleeced by the earth. You got some old rip-off stuff that you thought was the best that God has. But you better be sure that God always saves the best for last. That's why in this hour that we're living in, we are getting, Matt's getting married next Sunday. He's been preparing and preparing and preparing and preparing. But Jesus has been gone 2,000 years getting ready for a wedding. Do you get it? People get out there in the world, though, and they try to take that wedding garment and roll around in it and get dirt all over it, and it's like playing a football game with everybody. All the men got their tuxedos on, all the women got their white dresses on. They're out there playing touch football because they don't understand the concept. But you can't even get in that wedding if that garment has one spot on. You can't play on this field and play in God's too. People that do that, they don't get it. They don't get it. Because what God is offering is so much greater than what earth has to offer. Right. You got to get your eyes open to it, or you'll be deceived into believing that that's better than what God has to offer. Because what God has to offer is exceedingly and abundantly above all. Somebody say above all. You can ask a thing. Friday night I started in Mark chapter 7. And I couldn't get away from it. I tried to study other things. I tried to make myself find another message. And I couldn't. In Mark chapter 7. And I want to talk some more about, do you get it? How many know what it is? You got to get it. You can't get a copy of it. You got to get it. You can't get an assimilated version of it. You got to get it. Religion is an assimilated version of it. Religion is not it. See, it's not it. That's not that is a misunderstanding of what it is. People just sometimes don't get it. They don't understand the imperatives that are in Christ. The world believes there's no absolutes. The world thinks you can take any version you want and make it work for your life. But when Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no man comes to the Father but by me, brother, that is it. That's not complex. He wasn't saying, this is my opinion. He was saying, this right here is it. The other night I preached from Mark chapters 6 and 7. And I want to talk some more about that. And what was going on, hey, I found something. That's a start. What? Just takes something. Okay, so the other night I was preaching from Mark chapter 6. And in Mark chapter 6 is where Jesus finds out about John the Baptist. And they tell him, the disciples come and tell him what's happened to him. And he can tell they're all flustered, and he is too. This is not only the